I fixed it. All right. We are moving on to 1.5. So, okay. What does it mean to have a fractional exponent? That is a root. So, the square root of 25 means what number times itself is 25? So the answer is 5. Well, another way to write this is 25 to the 1/2. So negative 27 to the 1/3 would be the third root of negative 27. What number times itself is negative 27? 9 plus negative 9 minus 9 minus 9 would be 27, but we want to know multiplication. What number times itself is negative 27? Negative 3. Okay. Okay. What about this one? The fourth root of negative 256. So it's going to be 4. 4 times 4 times 4 times 4 is 256, but we have a problem here. 4 times 4 times 4 times 4 is 256. That's not what we wanted. We wanted negative 256. So what about negative 4 times negative 4 times negative 4 times negative 4? That's still positive 256. So this one does not have an answer. Okay, now I cheated a little bit on the first one. That negative is actually out front. So notice down here the negative is in parentheses, but up here it is not. And that does make a difference because if I asked you to do negative 9 to the 1/2, what would the answer to that be? Well, we have to follow order of operations. So we have a subtraction and an exponent. Which one comes first? Exponent. So we do the exponent first, and then we do the subtraction. So what is the 1/2 power of 9? It would be 3. And then we make it negative. But what about this? Three doesn't work. Don't throw your pencil at me. And if you do, you're going to have to try a lot harder because I made it like a third of the way. So this one does not have a real solution. There is no real number that you can multiply by itself and get negative 9. Okay, what about this? What times itself times itself? It would be 2, and then the negative out front turns it into negative 2. Okay, what about this one? What times itself is negative 8? Negative 2. Why did this one work? Because the exponent, or the root, is a 3. So would it work for 4? No. Would it work for 5? Yes. So if the root is even, you cannot have a negative on the inside. If the root is odd, then you can. All right. I'm going to need to turn my calculator on. Okay. All right. We have a cube whose volume is 439 yards cubed. How big is each side? How would you find that? We would take the third root. Where is the third root button on my calculator? Well, on this one, I have a square root button right here, but I don't see a cubed root button. So if I go into math, no, hold on. If I go into math, there are two different options. There is a third root button, but there is also an X root button. So the X root allows you to put whatever number in there you want. So you could put a 4 there or a 6 there. So you would type in 6 X root of whatever number. So I will choose the, oh my goodness. There we go. So the third root of 439 and round to the nearest tenth would be 7.6. Okay, next problem. So this one you just want to convert. 5 to the 1/6 is the same as the sixth root of 5. What if it was 5 to the 5/6? What would that look like? Well, this is the root, and this is the exponent. So that would actually be the sixth root of 5, and then this becomes fifth power. So if I had 4 to the 2/3, that would be the third root of 4 squared. Okay? Oh, yeah, I'll do another one. So if I had 6 to the 4/3, that's going to be the third root of 6 to the 4th. So this becomes the root, and this becomes the exponent. Which makes sense. If I had 6 to the 4/1, isn't that just 6 to the 4th? And if I had 6 to the 1/3, isn't that just the third root of 6? So when you put those two together, 6 to the 4/3, that and that need to be combined. So you would write out 6 4s, or 4 6s, would be 6 times 6 times 6 times 6. And then whatever number you get there, which I think is, so 36, 216, anyway, whatever number that is, you take the third root. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it actually works the other way. You could find the third root of 6, and then whatever number that is, you just multiply it by itself 4 times. Okay, thanks for asking. All right. How do we solve x to the third equals 64? Well, we need to undo a third power. What is the opposite of the third power? The third root. So we just take the third root of both sides, and in our calculator we type in the third root of 64, which is 4. Okay, we've just done that. We've done that. All right. What is the answer to the first one? The square root of -9 does not exist. No number times itself is -9. What about negative square root of 49? -7. So if the negative is on the inside and it's a square root, it doesn't work. But if the negative is on the outside and it's a square root, then it does. Okay, that's everything you need to know for 1.5. When you're done with 1.5, you will get a knowledge check unless you've already done the chapter 1 knowledge check. So whenever a knowledge check pops up, just do it.